Welcome back to the Jacksonville Buzz. I'm Steve Strum. This morning we have Gino Barbaro from Jake and Gino. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Steve. How you doing?
You know what? I'm doing great. I know we got some really cool books to talk about. I love the titles. Tell us a little bit about yourself. There's so many things to cover. I know we talked about some things that you guys are doing. Tell us a little bit about Jake and Gino.
Jake and Gino started back in 2016. My partner Jake and myself, we started an education company. We're buying apartments. We're seeing them making a lot of money doing apartments, and we said, listen, let's give back. Let's create impact. So we started the education company, Jake and Gino, and to date, over 50,000 units have been closed by our students. That's over $4 billion in assets in the last 5 years. So we've done it through podcasting, done it through live events, through these books. And now what I've done is I've gotten together with my wife. We started a podcast with my wife, and for me, people, financial intelligence can change the world for the better. That's my slogan, and that's why we wrote these books, and I want parents to start that conversation with their kids.
So let me make sure I got this right.
Mm-hmm.
You have an educational company that has taught students how to participate in investments of real estate,
Yes.
amongst other things. But
Yes.
this is your big one is you
Yes.
teach kids
Mm-hmm.
how to participate in things that adults sometimes don't learn in their lifetime.
Yes.
And I know that that is somewhat unique, but yet not. There are so many different educational organizations out there that go into schools. I mean, you and I are of an era where, we actually balanced a thing called a checkbook. It actually a piece of paper where you wrote some things down, which no longer exists. How did you come up with this idea? Because very interesting, novel. It's something that you would think that they would teach in school.
Well, DeSantis is actually launching this with the financial literacy. But for me, we're financial stewards of our own money. And I look at every household as its own little business. And if we're going to blame the government for being fiscally irresponsible, shouldn't at least we be responsible at home? So for me, just bringing families together around the dinner table, having that conversation about money.
Right.
It's sort of taboo about it. And let's teach kids about responsibility, about the habits that we need to do about money. And then let's teach kids that money is just an object. It's just a tool for what we got. It's really time versus money. You're giving up your time to make money. And let's have these decisions. And with these books, we've made it fun. I mean, what's more fun than gelato melting?
Or cannolis exploding.
Yes.
So tell us about these books. So there's you.
Mm-hmm.
There he is, right there. Right there. And then there's Jake. So tell us a little bit about both the cannoli exploded, now what? I love that. And then we have a gelato blast. Learn from the past.
So there's three characters: Pity Party Pig, Responsible Rhino, and Creative Caterpillar. And the great thing is we're all three all throughout our lives. Responsible Rhino is the guy who goes out once the cannoli is exploded. He's like, I got to get a job. I got to figure things out. Pity Party Pig, that's his name. What does he do? He goes out, gets the credit card, starts spending money, starts hanging out. He feels sorry for himself. And Creative Caterpillar is the one that's a little creative, a little unique. He wants to start those businesses. He's excited, and he keeps trying, but he keeps failing. But all three of them, once we look back, we could teach our kids that it's okay to be all three. Just understand in every aspect of your life. If you're being responsible, it's great. Just understand that you are. If you're being a pity party, that's okay, but understand that. But what I like about it is the story, how it transitions from the pity party, having that pity party, and all of a sudden he sees the people that he hangs around with, his peer group, and all of a sudden he starts taking those actions to only try to become responsible.
Interesting. So you're basically utilizing the kids' experience of children's book to teach basic fundamental financial concepts.
Yes.
And then you have a program that shows them how to participate very early on in life.
Shows adults. This is for adults. The education.
Well, that was my question. Exactly.
How does
that work with the kids?
The
kids and the adults. And
what I love about it, I've got 6 children. So for me, having them be part of my business is what I've always dreamed of. I used to own a restaurant. They would come in the restaurant and work. Got burned out of that. I said, let me start something new. So with the education company here, kids come to these events. They come and learn, and I want families to actually work. There's no such thing as work-life balance. Once you own a business, you understand
it's the blend,
that.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the blend. And so you have obviously your people that obviously work your 9-to-5 W-2. My father was a firefighter, and 30 years and I'm out. Nowadays, it's a much different environment.
Yes.
There's probably so much we could talk about. Really interesting what you're doing, both here locally and then nationwide in this in these children's books, educating the kids that then educate the families to maybe break the cycle of home ownership. If people want to find out more about you or connect or find out how to enroll into the program, what's the best way to connect?
Just go to jakeandgino.com. What I would do is go to jakeandgino.com /coloring pages. Go on there with your kids. You can download some coloring pages. You can download the activity books. You can get PDF copies of the books. Just start the conversation. And it's never too young to start. And what's great about it, it's fun. Let's make it fun for kids. Let's make it enjoyable. Let's make it fun for parents to teach the kids as well.
Well, like you said earlier, what's more fun than a cannoli exploding? Thanks for coming in today. I really appreciate that. Guys, thanks for joining us on the Jacksonville Buzz. If you like us, share us. And remember, the cannoli exploded. Now what?